This is a perfect ending to the system that we have. A lack of clarity. Florida is as deserving as anybody of winning the national championship, and they'll be voted in the AP. It'll be unanimous in all likelihood, but they're not more deserving than USC or Texas or perhaps undefeated Utah, but they were the team that had 10 points more than Oklahoma when the clock expired tonight. I think you still believe that Oklahoma may be as good a football team.
There's no question about it, but again, Oklahoma lost 6 points. They lost a lot of points on that field, and they left on. But some general observations of this ball game. First of all, Tim Tebow is a great fourth-quarter player. As good as any player I've ever seen as a leader in the fourth quarter, with the exception maybe of Roger Staubach in '63 when he won the Heisman for Navy. Second thing, you got to give credit to this guy, Percy Harvin. Without Percy Harvin, Florida doesn't win that ball game. I don't care if Tebow's in there or not. And last thing, Desmond, I want to congratulate the Oklahoma staff on defense. They did a great job. Their defense played well. The offense played out of character. They're an unbalanced line, I formation, moving the football, but chewing up the clock. They weren't throwing the ball around and all those great things we've seen them. Yeah. I think that the offensive staff was too conservative. Yeah. The defensive staff from Oklahoma, great job.
They did an excellent job. I mean, they really bottled up that offense in the first half. Percy Harvin, obviously he hit his groove in the first half, but that second half, he was a monster. It seemed like this game came down to second half adjustments. Oklahoma went in the locker room. I knew they were optimistic because they played well, but I don't think they got down on each other as hard as they could have. Florida, on the other hand, they came out like gangbusters. And I'm going to tell you, the turning point of this game is when they blocked that field goal. You can just see the body language change on the sideline of the Oklahoma Sooners. They weren't the same team we saw in the first half, and you can see the Florida Gators get up for that. That's the 10th time in 14 games that they've blocked a kick or scored on a non-offensive play.
Yeah. What set up that field goal miss was a stop on third down. Yep. Key difference in this game. Tebow and the Gators much more efficient and effective on third down. It was Tebow scrambling for first downs 3 times on third down, and then your favorite play.
My favorite
play. Your favorite play. It's the option shovel pass inside pitch to Aaron Hernandez, the tight end, coming around.
3rd down and 4 against Alabama. They run that play on the 8-yard line, make a first down, beat Alabama. Today they used it 3 times. 3 times, Desmond. They made big plays. The option is coming down, fake to Harvin, pitch it to a guy number 81.
Right.
He runs up to first down. 3 great calls by Dan Mullen.
No, you're exactly right. That's like a play-action shuffle pass, because what happens is Percy Harvin is so effective. He's getting so much attention. As soon as he starts to line up in the backfield and flares out to the right or the left, everyone swings that way, leaving a natural lane for a pitch pass to the tight end, Hernandez. It worked perfectly. They ran it right at the exact time that they needed to run to get first downs. It was great second half adjustments by Dan Mullen, that offense, and actually Charlie Strong on defense, too, for the Florida Gators.
One more statement. Remember we said a week ago, I was concerned about, I want to see how Oklahoma would respond if they got behind in the fourth quarter. Why did I say that? Because the last time I saw them with my own eyes, they folded against Texas and they didn't win the game. That's exactly what happened today. They got behind in the fourth quarter. They tied the score. They got behind. They couldn't hold them on defense, and they lost the football game.
It's actually the first time in the history of a BCS championship game that the game was tied in the fourth quarter. I know that Ohio State and Miami went to overtime, but during the fourth quarter, to have the game tied, that was a first. We haven't yet talked that much about the Florida defense. Smothering the highest scoring offense in college football history, 702 points for OU, never held below 35, held to 14. And Ahmad Black, who made the interception, beautiful play. He also batted the ball in the air that Major Wright intercepted at the end of the first half, so he kept that play alive. And then the circus interception on the deep throw down the middle, that was one of the kill shots for the Gators.
But I do think the Oklahoma's offensive staff was too conservative. They didn't use the 5 wideouts. They didn't use enough screens. I didn't see a bubble screen one time today. And I didn't see enough of those plays that we had seen them score 60. They scored enough points today to win most games, but not against the Gators and Tim Tebow. Fourth quarter again, Tebow wins another game.
Yeah, no, Tebow, I mean, this kid we've been talking about all year, and it's the will of Tim Tebow. His sheer will to go out there and not only compete as hard as he can, but his ability to make sure his teammates do it too. It's just it's immeasurable. I don't think there's another player in college football who does it like that. But I still think the difference maker was Percy Harvin. The Oklahoma Sooners defense could not find an answer for number 1. He was just spectacular tonight. I mean, if he wasn't 100%, whoa.
But let me tell you one other thing I want to make before we forget. Dan Mullen, the
Yeah.
new head coach
Yeah.
at Mississippi State.
Yeah.
There was a question about should he call plays, should he not? Nice call by Urban Meyer, letting him stay, put him up. I thought he called an exceptional game in the second half.
You guys have talked about Dan Mullen and Tim Tebow a lot, and Percy. I still think there needs to be more emphasis on the Florida defense. What the Gators did against Oklahoma, smothering the Heisman Trophy quarterback and the highest scoring offense in history, cannot be understated.